up, guys? Boy K Fighter Bob, bring you a new series called Throwback Tuesday. This is a series that, I'm doing to showcase old games that, people used to play, you know, back when it was poppin' and whatnot, you know. And of course, why not start off with Battlefield 3, you know, what's supposed to be basically like the main rival to Call of Duty. Because, we know Call of Duty is going down the pretty much down the shithole almost, but it probably won't die. Call of Duty never dies, especially with its flaws. You know, I've been a I like Battlefield much. If you see, I have a couple of Battlefield games, earlier on here. You know, so there's a lot to like about Battlefield, but that's not one of them about that bullshit spawn. But overall, Battlefield is pretty good, and because mainly I like how much more detailed it is when it comes to the environment, especially since it's more destructible. And a destructible environment is basically more realistic than it is in Call of Duty, because in Call of Duty the only things that you can destroy are barrels, cars, and glass, and that's not really realistic because if I fire an RPG into a building in Call of Duty, nothing happens. Fire a predator missile into a tree, the tree stays put. Speaking of RPGs, I think I just got hit by one. Well, didn't get hit by one. See, speaking of destructible environments, see, the buildings should be destroyed. So, like, that's something, COD might want to look into for COD Ghosts, especially since they're speaking of a new engine. I'll believe it when I see it, but if they're really truly are doing a next-gen engine, this is something that they should do. Like, have destructible environments. If COD and Battlefield, if both of their best attributes combined, nothing would be able to stop nothing would be able to stop either series. Like, kill streaks are great. That's something I like about COD. I like kill streaks. I don't like that, when I use the Lodestar Predator missile or Hellstorm missile that's in Black Ops 2 or any other like type of weapon, I can destroy that. I fire it onto a building, a tree, or something else. Person still lives because they able to hide inside and they're basically just fine. Because if you notice in the Battlefield games, you can basically destroy a building if you fire enough missiles into it. Destroy enough walls, that building's going down. Something I also like was the fact that you can also customize the weapon in-game. That's something Call of Duty should really invest in. Because, overall, that's also a positive, in my opinion, about Battlefield, that I can basically customize my weapon to the needs of the battle at hand and then get back into the game. Now I know I'm listing all these positive. I mean, some things that you can probably take out is probably maybe the resupply. That you can have scavenger. You can have perks for that, like scavenger. That health kit. You can have some sort of like healing factor perk in the game. I'm pretty sure they won't have tanks, like they did in Call of Duty World at War. Remember that, Call of Duty World at War, they actually had vehicles in the game, and then they just easily took that out in Modern Warfare 2. But, those were two different companies. I don't know why they didn't have tanks in And Black Ops, since that's made by the same company, but you know, that's just my own personal opinion. They could have kept with tanks and other vehicle and have vehicular warfare in Call of Duty, but hey, I don't design the game. It's not up to me. I just got owned by an AK-74U. I'm kind of upset about that. But, you know, see, like I said, you can customize your gun. Like, you basically had the button to customize the gun. The only thing I don't like is when I get revived and I have to basically, you know, deal with that while I'm trying to customize my weapon. But, yeah, you can customize your weapon to the needs of the battle. You have different classes and whatnot for each thing, and then you can have a choice of weapons. The only thing I didn't like about this is that you were forced to use a specific type of gun. Like, if you're an engineer, you have to use like a SCAR or not a special type of assault rifle. If you was uh I don't know what I forgot what the other perk names were. The other classes, I think it's medic is one. You have to use regular assault rifles for I don't know what I forgot what the LMG ones were, but you have to like you was only forced to use LMGs. Like that was a kind of a negative for Battlefield 3 in my opinion. That's why I went back to Call of Duty, because I don't like to use just one type of weapon with one type of stuff to use. I do like the spot bonuses that you get in this thing. That was a positive in the game. You get extra bonuses. They have that in Call of Duty too, but you know, you got more points in Battlefield for doing extra shit. Like suppression you get extra points for spotting the enemy, you get points for. Those are all pretty good positives about the game. So that's why I actually did enjoy playing Battlefield. So, you know, Battlefield's a pretty cool game in my opinion. CoD could take some lessons from Battlefield, or you know, Battlefield could take lessons from CoD. You know, both have their positive, both have their negatives. I mean, what game is without their flaws? No game is perfect. Each to their own. And I still hate snipers with a passion. Oh, I didn't even get killed by a sniper. I got killed by an assault rifle. I think, yeah, I think the thing I'm using is support. I don't know, remember. And then the sniper, which you're forced to use sniper rifles. But, you know, whatever. But like I said, overall, Battlefield was a pretty good game to play. The only negative I also had against it was it's pretty effing long to play. Like, no lie, it's really like if you don't have the patience to play like a 15 to 20-minute game for like that's for any other game mode besides like any game mode besides team deathmatch is basically gonna last a good 10 to 15 more than 10 minutes, because unless like your team sucks really badly and can't get past the like, ooh, I hate that, bad luck, the exploding car nonsense. But anyway, if you basically playing anything but team deathmatch, it's gonna be in the game for a very long time. So, but other than that, you know, that's like my only negative. That's like the other negative I have with the game. Like the games are really long, and you gotta actually like stay in the game for that long. Well, you don't have to stay in the game, but I like to stay in games until the end. You know, if you saw my COD video, it tells you about never quitting a game. I don't like to quit games. I like to stay in till the end, even when I'm being BS like that. But damn snipers, gotta hate snipers. But can't even mess with snipers in any game. They always OD on you from far away. Then again, that's what a sniper does. But you know, there are those assault style sniper rifles in this game too. So I mean, there's only so much you can do. And I get killed in the last kill as the last kill, but my team still won. Oh well. This is boy K Fighter Ken Bob saying deuces. Till next time.